Hello, 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 my Gold Experience B1. Welcome back to a brand new term with me, okay? So hope you all had a good holiday. And first of all, as I say, welcome to your first lesson back. All I want to say is, first of all, is a big, massive thank you to you all for everyone who has contacted me and had any work so far. Your work has been of an excellent standard, so well done. You will have received an email from me detailing the outline for this term. Now, as some of you were asking, now starting next week we'll be doing Skype classes, and what the objective is that with the Skype classes is that we're going to be looking at because there are actually meant to be 9 of you in this class. I'm going to split you into 2 groups, so you'll all be doing the same work, but I'm splitting you into 2 smaller groups, one group of 5 and another group of 4. So whatever time you pick, which is on the email, you will be into that group. Okay, and it's first come, first served. Okay, all right, so that is the main important thing. Now, in this, also keep your eye on your emails in the next couple of days. I will be sending you an exam paper to complete. Okay, so for a PET exam to complete, and for some of you it will be a CAT exam to complete. All right, now I want you to open your Gold Experience B1 books to page 81. Okay, and we're on to my favourite topic, which is travel. So we're on to my favourite topic, which is travel, whether it's bus, plane, cloud, or walking. I love to travel. So and also, I mentioned before in class, my partner too, we both love to travel when we have free time. Now, let's look. I want you to look on page 81 at the quotation, okay? The speech bubble in orange. It's all about getting there. Is it all about getting there? What do you think? Is it all about getting there? Okay, so your first activity that you're going to have to complete is 1, think about what you think that means and write down your response. And 2, I want you to think a little bit critically here, what your responses to these questions are. So you have 3 questions. Do you prefer to visit places that are similar or different to your home, and why? Or how much do you enjoy the journey when you travel to new places, and why? And what is the best journey you have ever been on, and why? I want you to think about that. And when we have our first Skype lesson, we can have a discussion about that. So I want you to write your answers down, and we'll have a discussion next week. Just remind everyone that next week is our first Skype lesson. All right, so just be aware of that. Okay, all right, so moving on very swiftly, and I'm going to give you a few minutes now to pause the video and complete the questions. Okay, now that you've finished that, can I ask you to turn your books to page, I have my book stand beside me, so I'm doing this with you, pages 82 and 83. Whoops. Perfect. So Salah is sitting perfectly beside me here. So on page 82 and 83, so we're going to be looking at reading today. So I want you to look at activity 1. Okay, so I want you to look at activity 1 for 2 minutes. What things are important to you when you go on holiday, and why? What things are important to you when you go on holiday, and why? And I want you to put the factors in order of importance, 1 being the highest, 6 being the lowest. So 1 being the highest, 6 being the lowest. Okay, now before I go any further, I'd like you to introduce you to somebody. He probably doesn't want to be seen, but in case you're wondering why I'm moving around, this is Colby, my little dog, who likes to cause trouble whenever he feels like it, okay? Do you want to say hello? Hello. You alright? What's the matter? Now, Colby likes to travel as well. Luxury hotels is what he likes to be in, okay? And Colby says bye-bye. Anyway, everybody. So in activity 1, give yourself 2 minutes and rank from 1 to 6, what's the most important or least important and why. And write your reasons why it is most important and least important, and let me know by email, please. Okay, so give yourself 2 minutes and then come back. All right, now we're moving on to activity 2. In activity 2, I want you to look at the photo on page 83, which is of one of my favourite places, the London Eye. So one of the London Eye. And I want you to write some responses to these questions. So what kind of transport is this? What do you think is the most convenient? Now, convenient means the most suitable. What is the most appropriate way to get around a big city? And which type of transports have you tried? And if you ask me that question, I've probably been on every type of transport. Plane, bus, metro, the lot. So it's been a lot of different things I've been on. So with that activity for activity 2, give yourself 3 minutes to write some responses to 3 questions. Okay, and then come back. Okay, now we're on to the most important part of this lesson. You have activity 3, activity 4, 5 and 6. Now this is working towards your reading. Okay, so this is working towards your reading for this part of the main activity. In activity 3, you have the young people below are visiting a city for the day. Read what each one says about their day, who has visited the city before. Now what that means is who has visited London before, who has gone before. And also when you're reading through, look at any vocabulary you're unsure of and make sure you email me and I can go through the vocabulary with you. All right. In activity 4, you have a huge article about eight city tours, and you read the article on page 83 quickly. And which tour would you like to go on? Which one would you like to go on? Think about it. Give yourself 2 minutes. So for activity 3 and activity 4, activity 3, give yourself 3 minutes, and activity 2, give yourself, or activity 4 rather, I beg your pardon, give yourself 2 minutes. Pause the video and come back in 5 minutes. Okay, now that you've looked at this, I want you to look at the exam tip. Now this is leading to what is called the multiple matching, and this will be on your reading paper in your exam. In the multiple matching, you will have 5 people with 5 different statements of their own, and there are 8 short texts. There's 8 short texts in which 8 out of the 8, 5 will match to the 5 people, 1 per person. Do remember that there's not one text is for 2 people. One text, so like A, 2, B, 5, C, nothing. You know, that sort of thing. So you need to read it carefully and make sure it matches to the person appropriately. Okay? So if 2 texts seem to be a good match for a person, you have to keep reading until you find something which means that 1 is not correct. So it's what we call in this a process of elimination. So it's a process of elimination. You have to eliminate the text in order to find the right one. Okay? In order to find the right one, and then that means then you are more likely to get the correct answer. Okay? So what you need to do now is I want you to complete activity 5 and activity 6 and give yourself 8 minutes to complete the activity. Okay? And I want you to submit your answers by email, please, along with the other activities. Okay? So pause the video, give yourself 8 minutes. Okay, so the last part is what we are going to be looking at is what we call phrasal verbs. Now, phrasal verbs are, literally it stands verbs within a phrase. And it can be used in different tenses, and you need to practice using them and using them in context to that within your reading, within your writing, and especially when you go to higher levels, you will need to use this more often. Okay, you need to use this more often. Now, I want you to look at activity 7, and this is your homework. Okay, so this is your homework. Find phrasal verbs in the text that have these meanings. So, and the clues are in each text. So like, for example, get on, you look at text D for your answer. Okay, so look very, very carefully. Okay, so you look very carefully. That activity should take about 5 minutes. My instructions for you all is to make sure that you send all activities to my email. I can correct them and give you some feedback. And I'll be recording your marks because every week you send some work, you will have some extra tasks to complete. You'll be doing what we call an online portfolio nearly, where I'll be giving you some feedback and stuff on each activity. And it'll go towards your final mark for this term. Okay? As I said before about the Skype class, these Skype classes will start next week. I am offering 2 times to split you into 2 groups. You're one group of 9, but I'm splitting you into one group of 5 and the other group of 4, okay? And they will last once a week for about 45 minutes, okay? And you'll still have your YouTube videos as well, okay? So that is the end of today's lesson. Remember, as before, take a photograph or type your answers and send them to me, okay? And I will check them, write some notes, and then give them back to you, okay? All right. Good work so far. Keep up the good work, everybody. All right. I'll speak to you very soon. And on Thursday's lesson, we'll be looking at grammar and vocabulary, where our main focus will be looking at relative clauses. Okay. So relative clauses and travel vocabulary as well. Okay. All right. Have a good evening, whatever you're doing, and I'll speak to you on Thursday. Okay. See you soon. Stay happy and be healthy. Bye. Bye. Bye.